It started with a city above and a city below. One bleached by the sun, weathered and decayed. The other held wonders and artifacts of life before the fractured void. Your adventure is called forward with a simple call for aid. What path you choose will shape how the story is told. Will your path lead you into the mist and forest, or have you delved into the ruined city of Byway, searching for ancient artifacts and ciphers? Will you grow close to those who live in the city, or strive for power?
We are back tonight for episode 11 for Numenera, Stars in the Stone. Thank you everyone so much for joining us for this Numenera mini campaign. It's been a blast to be playing through and it will be a blast for however much longer that we get to do this. We're not sure. We're nearing the end of our adventure, but I would like for those of you who are joining us for the first time to know, hey everybody, my name's Sarah Roberts, and everything that you give during this viewer-affected game is going to the trevorproject.org, just like everything else that I do here on Twitch. The money that I make here goes to the Trevor Project when I receive a payout. If you'd like to know more about that, or about the specific ways that you can viewer affect our game in non-game breaking ways, you can look down below in the About Me section under the Stars in the Stone heading. It's all written out there for you on how you can affect us with your bits and your subs. If you can't monetarily affect our game, that's fine. We understand. We're not in it to line our pockets with your hard-earned money. That's not what this is about. We are here to tell a cool story, to meet cool new people in chat, and just vibe with you for a few hours. So sit back, relax, and accrue those channel points, and you can use those as well. And all of that information is in the exact same spot of the About Me section under the Stars in the Stone heading. Now, if you do want to support this game and other games on this channel, we do have a few options for you. One, you can go to shop.rookandtheraven and you can pick yourself up something nice. Treat yourself to a little something something, maybe a DM's planner, maybe a player notebook. They have a lot of different systems. Numenera is slated to be coming soon according to their website. But they just released a whole bunch of new covers. They're really cool. They're a little cyberpunky. They're a little sci-fi. I need all of them, which means that I'm probably going to need to start some new TTRPGs. And you can help fund that by using code HYPEGoblin at shop.rookandtheraven.com to get 15% off of your total order. If you're not into that, maybe you're into something more spiritual. Maybe you really like to play divine characters. Consider picking up the Empress deck from Weird.works. You can use code HYPE to get $5 off of that D&D TTRPG themed tarot deck. It is a beautiful deck. The times that I hold it up to the camera do not do it justice. But if you would like to check that out, I have some videos of me using it over on my Instagram. You can go check out. Use code HYPE to get $5 off of that if you're interested. Finally, maybe neither of those things spark joy in you. Maybe you are drawn to this cast and drawn to these characters and you'd like to pick up a piece of show merch. You can pick up a hoodie, you can pick up a coffee mug, you can pick up a sticker of the individual characters or of the group together, the same way that you see them on our intro screen. Check that out. That's at TheHypeGoblin.com, along with all of the merch for our other shows, as well as some other TTRPG inspired designs. Check those out. All of that helps me help the cast. It helps me bring more shows like this to the channel, and it helps me, you know, make some more cool art with AlessaVampp. Like, these characters are really dope. So we want to see more of Satan's artwork. We want to see more things on the stream, and I just want to hang out with more cool people on the stream. Anyways, that is me. So let's go ahead and jump into our intros tonight. My name, again, is Sarah Roberts. I use she, her pronouns. I will be playing Clever Jack, our Clever Jack, who also uses she, her pronouns, and is in no way a problem at all whatsoever. Absolute angel. 10 out of 10.
Hi everyone, I'm Emma, and I'm playing Harrison Fabre, your local nano who honestly endeavors to be a problem. And I use she, they pronouns. Harrison uses they, he.
Dark greetings, everyone. I'm Velvet. I use favorite pronouns, and I'll be playing Ashlot, who uses they, them pronouns, and is the resident Amazon robot.
Hey everybody, it's me, Sir Heckalot, or Sarah. Either one, it's fine. As per usual, I am playing Viridia Croyle, the clever glint who entertains, who uses she, her pronouns, and I use she, they pronouns. And let's take it over to our lovely GM.
Hi guys, I'm Jen and I use she, her pronouns, and I'll do a quick recap before we dive into the world of Numenera with these lovely players as we inch ever closer towards our story's end. Chapter 11. 3 days remain. Venturing further into the past, the party encounters a puzzle with rather electrifying results. After solving it, they discover a room where they found out more about the past and how it connects to the present. A haunted poster pulls them into the past where they confront certain truths and confront the Star Touched Maiden briefly before returning back to their present. After finding a reality bleed and collecting the information they need, they venture into the next hall, being confronted with isolation, memories, and creation. The party comes together, breaking through these memories only to find a diary belonging to Emily within this empty room. Now, as promised, a bit of dialogue. Now, you are holding this diary and you want to read it. Am I correct in assuming this?
Of course.
Absolutely.
Have you met us?
Let me resolve this oddity real quick. I'm going to put it into the Roll20 for you, Emma. All right.
That is indeed an oddity.
I love this generator because it makes up the weirdest things. It makes me happy. But anyways, a bit of reading. And I will provide a read-along should you want to, dear players. Did you? Of course, now it doesn't want to do this. 1 second. Roll20 is being difficult.
Are you trying to do the show to players?
Well, I closed the document to show to players, and sometimes Roll20 doesn't like when I do that. But here you go. Here we go. But Emily's diary. Between the abyss and the white-hot edge of light sits ruin, life, and the scattering of silver dust. Held in the bosom of eternity, a spark of life stumbles forward, and within it, a story is found. Upon the broken desert lands that creep quietly into brittle grass and turn, grows soft and lush before dividing itself into roots, trees, and flowers. The sweetness in the sound of a brook, the song of a bird, and the welcoming rise of farming fields reach out to greet these sanguine eyes of the universe. Greeting this optimism is a city, rusted and worn, stoic in its own ancient way. This city, divided by the above and below, is known as Aberfell, where the glittering spark of a story begins, where I thought I could be someone. A page turn. The Star Touched Maiden. What a laugh. She sits upon an observing throne, seeking lights of wisdom and cleverness of minds. The unfolding of space before her glittering like diamond dust, falling into a roaring wave of reality and story. She expected me to choose, and I stumbled. A page turn. The event horizon of here and there divide the choice of advancement and stagnation. Time held in spaces beyond sight and understanding, warped and twists itself around progression and experiment. Ages of decay and rust into angry red dust. I cannot pick for them. They would die in the barren lands of the world or stay alive and safe here. There are too many unknowns for me to be the sole chooser in this situation. A page turn. There is a saying and a song from a long past that goes, the stars look very different today. And with perspective shifted, the team seeks answers. If we know what is beyond, maybe it will be easier. I don't know. Page turn. We only found more riddles, more mysteries, and realizing the stars held memories of things not of their own. A small glimpse into the ending of the fifth age. The stars are alive. They hold our past in their grasps. All I see are the fields burn with their amber grains and sands broke under the weight of reality shifting. Page turn. My team has departed. I can't blame them. No gentle entry, no pictures to paint in this summary, simply a moment to reflect and to remember. A page turn. I found the terrible truth, as will others after me. The cycle never stopped, and ideas were lost and reborn and lost again. Ages came and went until eyes were opened to the truth. Even the dry heat of this desert holds its own truth when sought after. I must be losing my grip on reality. Page turn. Choices that alter fate. Should they be made by one person or by a collective whole to serve the greater good? The things pondered upon when wandering beneath the night sky, it's a heavy burden. Rage tried to help, I just couldn't bear it. I needed answers more than I needed faith. Page turn. Through the glaring sunlight, one can come to summarize the moments of their life they find incomplete, where they wish they had wandered down a different path. There are also moments where one can regret the paths they know were right and come to hate them. Choice is always fickle. None of us are neutral when choosing the fates of others. This is my truth. I have failed, and I am sorry to those who judge me upon this. Page turn in the last entry. The sliding of sand against stone creates a soft hiss. Red contrasts against orange. The beeping and whirring of machines, and time moves forward. That's all I hear now. The hissing of sands and beeping. How I long for song and laughter. I hope I can be at peace for this burden I chose. I am sorry to all who found me and those who will never know. Emily. And the rest of the diary lies blank.
Well, can't say I blame her.
Same.
Yeah. I mean, I get that choosing's hard, but don't have to let that stop you.
Honestly, I probably wouldn't have made it this far without all of you, so.
Oh, absolutely same. I mean, look at all the doors that have needed opening.
Right? If there was only one of me getting electrocuted, I don't think I'd be here.
No. Although if there was only you getting electrocuted, I would definitely be here. So swings and roundabouts.
Someone had to eat all the food Nate gave us.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, Emily did have rage, but still weighed real heavy on her.
That's still two AIs vying for different paths. To be honest, from that last recording that we heard earlier, I don't think the Star Touched Maiden wants any other choice to be made than for this cycle to continue.
Yeah, I mean, it's all very well saying we have to choose, but she does seem to be implying you have to choose my way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which, yeah, I don't know if I'm here for that. And Harrison will just take the diary and just start flicking through all the rest of the pages as it all blank.
Like, minus a few sketches of what seems to be flowers, sites around what possibly Emily had seen before she passed.
Well, I think we got all we're getting from this.
Mm. The door marked Emily still isn't open, correct?
Correct.
Jack's just gonna look at it. Do you think if we don't make it through here, we'll get doors with our names on it too?
I mean, I hope so. Love my name to last as long as hers has.
No one would know it.
I don't know. We made it here. We saw her name.
Who's to say there might be another group of intrepid folks like us that get this far.
But would they look this good doing it? I don't think so.
You know, I really don't.
Probably not.
No, no.
Presentation is like 90% of the battle.
Right?
Hmm.
Absolutely. Well, should we carry on?
Yeah, guess it's time for another one of these lovely mystery doors.
I picked last time. Someone else has to pick this time.
I remind
ones are left
storyteller. Oh, yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Yeah. It's like we just said like hope and sorrow, I think. So
Mm-hmm.
So you have joy and anxiety, or joy. You have joy and satisfaction left.
Anxiety is always with us.
I say we go satisfaction. You know, keep the nice ones till last.
Mm.
I mean, I say that like I feel like they might be operating on a different definition of nice to the rest of us.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
we
kind of
went
feels
through
that
hope
way.
and we all got electrocuted a bunch. And last I checked, I didn't wake up hoping to be electrocuted, so. Yeah, and I'll just walk over to satisfaction, throw the door open.
Yeah.
Jack will follow.
Right. following into the space. It's a rather short hallway, and you find yourself in a squarish room, kind of a U-shaped room with a couple doors half open. You kind of see into the space beyond and are able to see a few other doors, and would kind of resemble a square if it didn't have these off branches. One to the north, one to the west, and one to the east.
Oh, one moment, please.
Recording in progress.
Oops.
Oh, yeah.
Oops.
We're professionals, y'all.
I knew I was forgetting something. All right, well, now we're being recorded. We're fine. Okay. So, corridors. Corridors that lead somewhere. I don't want to go first.
I just picked a door. Somebody else can do this next one.
I'll do it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ashpot.
Okay. Moving forwards.
Right. Left or right?
Right.
All right. You go right, and as you head up into this space and you push against the door, you realize it's heavy, but it's quiet and swings fairly easily on its hinge. And you see another door to the immediate right of you, about the same width as the other one, and it is shut.
Now, does this look to be like the very sturdy doors we've come across, or is this more malleable?
Wooden, but they seem to be reinforced with some kind of metal.
I mean, if it's wooden, I'll try to break through it.
You try. Make me a strength check.
Ooh, that's a 4.
You go to hit it, and your hand impacts it, and there's a resonating kind of light across it, and you get the sense this is a security protocol, older security protocol, but it seems to be protecting this particular door.
Well, that's new.
Another wall door.
Should we try the other ones?
I mean,
Oh.
it's
Like
that
last
I'll
one.
sit in this corridor till the world ends.
I mean, I'm fine with either one at this point. I mean, just kidding. Let's try and stop the world from ending. Walking over to the other side, are there also doors?
Same kind of makeup, wooden door reinforced with some kind of metal.
What's the doorknob situation look like on these?
4 doors, the ones you've encountered so far, minus this one off to the left, have handles.
Jack's gonna walk up to one of the ones with a handle and just test the handle.
Right. Which one?
Whichever one is closest to me. I think north.
That would be either north or the south.
We'll go north.
You try the handle and it opens with ease, but it is very loud as in very creaky, almost screeches and scrapes across the stone. It needs a good oiling. But it opens.
I got one.
Well, I hope there isn't anyone else here to hear that.
I mean,
I kind of wish I wasn't here to hear that.
yeah.
I mean, chances are, but we'll see.
Like, is it possible for like a sound to just vibrate up your arm? Because that sucks. Ooh, electronics.
Yeah, I mean that's
it's like
how sounds work.
shinies.
But oh, she's gone.
Jack marches straight for the electronics.
All right. Before you is a computer and what looks to be a larger computer kind of laying on its side with the words over it kind of plastered along the wall that says research library. And can you roll me a machine affinity, Jack?
I can. That just steps it down a notch, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's going to be a 2 for you, so can bring it down to a 1.
And I failed. I rolled a 2.
All right. Okay. You're examining
One of
this,
those
Jack,
Uh-huh.
and you kind of reach forward, and you will take 1 point of electrical damage as the machine sparks and gives you an
Ow!
electric burn.
It bit me. Shit.
How is it that we've run into all kinds of weird monsters and like the computer is the first thing to bite you?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird though. Hmm. Can I try again?
You could try again with somebody's help.
Okay. I'm gonna call Hyacinth over. Hyacinth, you have machine stuff, right? You're good with machines.
I'm good at working things out.
I think that's what I need. I think I need someone who works things out.
All right, let me take a look. And yeah, they'll just head up there and start investigating this computer as well. You know, being careful this time.
Same roll. It'll be a 3 this time because now it's angrily sparking at you.
Putting 1 effort into it because, you know, might as well try.
All right.
And that is an 11, so that passes.
Hyson, you figure out this larger machine that's kind of laying on its side can be connected to what looks to be the main computer, but it looks heavy. And you also can surmise that if Jack is careful enough, probably could put it together, but it will need help staying upright for the time being.
So you say connect to the main computer, what, the one next to it, or?
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, you put the thingy in the who's it. And then you connect it to the what's it.
Thank you for those incredibly detailed instructions. Everything
welcome.
makes sense now.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as she says, we can connect these together. Gonna need a hand getting this in place. Ashlot, how do you feel about being a bookend for a while?
I can do it.
All right. Roll me a strength. This is a fairly heavy computer. Think 1950s, 1960s computer heavy.
Oh my. How does Edge work again?
Edge is something. Hold on.
Detracts from the cost of anything you pay using that skill. So if you put any effort into this, it will cost less.
Yes.
Okay, so I have 2 might edges. I haven't used effort at all since we started playing. How does effort work?
Each level of effort drops the difficulty by 1, and they cost 3 points of the relevant stat, but that'll be the first one will be down to 1 because of your edge.
Okay, dope. So I'll use 1 then. What's the difficulty numerically?
Numerically, it will be a 4.
Okay.
But since you are dropping it down, it'll be a 3.
And for the input value of effort, what should I put down?
If you're putting in effort, 1, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Very nice.
Roll of 16 for those at home.
Very good. Ashla, you're strong, you're buff, you know your shit. So you kind of lift with your legs and not with your back, and you're able to maneuver this heavy machinery into place, getting it close enough for wires to be connected. But there isn't a stable support for it to sit on its own. You'll have to remain there holding it up.
I'll hold it.
Yeah, and as soon as they've got it held up, Hyacinth just kind of dives in and starts plugging things into each other.
You start to realize that most of the wires connect underneath the desk, and you start to realize you'll have to hold some wires into place for this computer to start up. They're kind of loose and finicky, and every time you can move your hand away from the wire that needs to be connected, it falls out.
All right, I think we're gonna need you two's eyes to actually look at the screens and do everything. Do you need me to hold one of those?
You know, that would be amazing. If you just come down here, this needs to go into there, and you just have to hold it at that kind of angle. It's a little bit finicky, and that goes there.
All right. Maria does like the whole like putting in like the USB like wrong the first time, but eventually gets it. But everything's in place.
All right. As you kind of hold these wires into place, Ashlot's holding up the machine. The computer hums to life, and it says, "Access denied. Answer the querying questions to gain access." And you hear a door swing open from below, very loud and creaks, and you hear heavy footsteps.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Can I go push the door behind us close real quick?
Go to do so, and you find the door stuck.
Okay, quiz time. Let's go. Question number
All right,
one.
what was their first pet's name?
All right. As we enter into the questionnaire round.
Oh no. Questionnaire round?
Oh god.
There are other rounds? Other types of rounds?
Oh, it's riddles.
Next
Okay.
up's the swimsuit portion.
Done it again. 1 second. But yes.
Okay.
Roll 20 needs to get its looping right.
Do you want me to
There we
read out
go.
the first one, Jen?
Now I got it now.
Okay.
Just a quick refresh. The first question you see as those with high perception sees a rather large droid step into view below you, and it stops, and you see a whirring of lights around its head, and it has what looks to be hearing receptors on each side of its bodies, and you see it shifting, listening before it moves. Pretty good. He'll just move just out of earshot of all of you. But the first riddle reads, I will bring you down, but I'll never lift you up. What am I?
Gravity.
You type that in.
Yep.
You type it in and you see a blinking green light.
Oh gosh, I was like 50% sure on that, y'all. Okay.
You hear
Oh,
the
you could've
robot
mentioned that
start
before you
coming
typed
back
it.
towards you, as it seems to be attracted to sound. Someone can roll me an intellect check.
Happy to.
I'm glad we rolled
That's
both
nice.
both near each other. 6 and an 8.
20.
As you're kind of just sat under the desk there, Viridia, you realize the doors could be used as a sound distraction to solve these riddles, as a vocal component might be needed to solve these riddles. You, Clever Jack, and you, Hyacinth, come to the same conclusion after the robot has passed the door and turned back around. Still making its way towards the door that you couldn't open before. And you hear the door open with a screech, same loud sound as before, and disappears. For a moment, and you're not sure how long. But the second question pops up. What loses a head in the morning, but gets it back at night?
Is there any sort of timer on the screen that we see?
There is no timer, but there is a robot that is pacing the halls.
Jack's gonna
This is
take out a
probably one
pencil
that
and a
I'm
piece
like,
of
I don't know.
paper from her bag and just draw a big question mark on it and hold it up to the others. She used up her brain cell on the last question.
I know, like I knew that one. It's the head.
Or screeches open again, and you hear the robot in the distance.
It's just the light scratching of a pencil. I can't think of anything other than animals or people is written on the paper.
Maybe? Is and I don't think it's gonna matter how quietly Viridius says this around the computer. A pillow, maybe?
Yes.
Because we get up, we go down.
Jack will slowly type in pillow.
Light flickers green.
There's just a thumbs up that comes underneath the desk so Rudy can see.
How far moves today? One. Yeah. Next question pops up. If I have it, I shouldn't share it, because if I share it, I wouldn't have it. What is it?
And just immediately that comes out of house and takes one look and then just, without even thinking, types secret.
Green light flashes. Next question comes up as you hear nothing. The founder of the robot has vanished. You're not sure where it went. As the next question pops up, after a fall, I will take over. All life will stall, or at least grow slower. What am I?
Jack types in winter.
Type in winter, the light turns green, and you hear the door to your immediate south screech open, scraping against wood as the robot has reappeared. This time it's facing you, but it doesn't seem to see you. Oops, that's not good. And as it stares at you, it will make a perception roll of its own.
Oh no.
I don't like it when other people get to make rolls.
Same.
As you are all being very quiet, it does not perceive you. It continues on this circular path it seems to be taken.
I feel like I'm in a quiet place.
Right?
You just have to be so quiet.
I both hate this and love this at the same time.
Yeah.
Doesn't go too far. It's right out of eye shot, but it's there. You can hear it walking around. But the last question pops up. No legs have I to dance, no lungs have I to breathe, no life have I to live or die, and yet I do all three. What am I?
Addison grabs the piece of paper off Jack and just kind of quickly writes down wind question mark. What's that?
Scratches on the paper. But does wind live? Question mark. It is required for life. Question mark. Well, for some things, dot, dot, dot. Today would have been a good day to cue up the Jeopardy theme. Jack's gonna shrug and type in wind.
Type in wind. And there's a very loud ah! And you hear the robot pause in the hallway and turn around and start walking in your direction. It had stopped here, but it'll turn around here. It has making its way this way. And you see it right outside the door.
Oh boy. That was Sarah, not Jack. I have to let the nervous energy out. Oh gosh. I have no legs to dance, no lungs have I to breathe. No life have I to live or die, and yet I do all three. What am I? Jack writes down on the paper, how strong do you think the robot is? Question mark.
I've just grabbed the pencil and write, stronger than us, underlined.
Jack draws a wobbly, sad face as her arm begins to shake.
Does turn around and seems to be moving back into its pattern.
Jack's gonna flip the paper over because it's probably full at this point, and scrawl, what about a campfire? Question mark, question mark.
I grab the pencil and just write, breathe, question mark.
Start scribbling. You have to let the fire get enough oxygen, otherwise it'll be smothered, so technically it has to breathe. Hold it back up.
At this point, Harrison's just giving her a look like, are you still, how much are you writing? Jesus.
Fast writer.
And they'll shrug and gesture towards the computer.
Is there a limit to the number of spaces that I have to type letters into?
4 would be probably the best.
She'll just put in fire then.
All right. You put in fire, and there's a flickering of green as the screen says, "Welcome, researchers." And you hear the droid that was walking around power down.
Oh, okay, we can breathe now.
I was sitting here getting literally sweaty, so.
And you thought doors were my worst monster.
I should have known at some point you'd pull riddles on me. Oh gosh.
I was like hung up on the same thing with fire. It's like, I guess technically it breathes, but like also.
Yeah, I was like with the living and dying part and just like, I mean, technically yes. Whew, okay, Jack's gonna click clacky away at the computer and see what kind of information is here.
You click clack away, Viridia, you're still on the ground. Ashla, you're still holding this thing up, and the stress sweats are real, man. But as you click clack away, Jack, you realize this is a terminal to ask 4 questions. Any questions you wish.
Why do all of these computers have limits on the number of things we can ask? It is so weird. Normally, I just type all the questions I want to in because you just go down that deep dive rabbit hole, and sometimes you just need to know what bunny feet look like at 3 a.m, and that just leads you on to looking at what all of the cute animals' feet looks like. And did you know that so many animals have little beans on their toes? And they're adorable. What was I saying?
That's a fair assessment.
I really hope the computer didn't take any of that to that question.
You see, as you mentioned this, Hyacinth, a series of queries that starts that says, "Bunny feet query, wish to continue?"
Oh. Crap. No.
erases what you said.
What should we ask it? Should we ask for rages? Should we
I
ask
mean,
where the
that's
Star
one
Touched
of-
Maiden is? Should we ask how much wood would woodchuck chuck if woodchuck could chuck wood?
Not that last one.
Okay. I tried.
I mean, yeah. Where rages is one of them. But only things we don't know that I feel like we're going to need to.
That may be where anxiety is. We're still missing one.
Anxiety, right here.
It's all in this room right now.
Yeah. Okay. I guess all known info on the AI/star known as Rage.
All right. The computer buzzes for a moment, and you hear the kind of old school dial up tones kind of screech in and out. And after a moment, a series of text kind of pops up, and you see queries on Rage. Final resting place, the Oblivion Observatory. Creation, Star Touched Maiden. Joining between two AIs and a star. Friend of Emily. Friend of Minnie. Friend to the city of Averfell. Friend to the city, and it kind of cuts off and kind of jarbles. That city no longer exists as it kind of corrects itself. Rage, clever, kind, human in many ways. Broke programming and protocol. Muted.
Good news.
He struck me as a bit of a rebel.
Yeah. But you know, nothing wrong with that.
I am concerned that it says his final resting place is the Oblivion Observatory. Does that mean Rage was destroyed?
Or just
I don't
trapped
know.
somewhere.
We're dealing with millennia-old computer intelligences and little rocks. I don't know if we can apply the concept of death as such to them.
That's fair. Okay.
Computer, how do we get to the Oblivion Observatory?
There's a query and the same high-pitched squealing sounds of something scratching against a modem kind of shrieks out into the room before the series of green text pops up again and says, "You'll have to wait a total of 3 days before the convergence occurs." You can find the convergence at, and there's a pause as it seems to be calculating something in the back of its mind before it puts forward, "You can find the convergence at the World Connector signal."
What?
Is there a map displayed with that? Like, why is it presenting information in a way that makes us want to ask more questions? Stop using up my
That's where they
questions,
get
computer.
There's a pause before it displays, "I could make it complicated if you wanted. Don't get sassy with me." Before it pops up, "Hello, I'm here to help you."
Do you know I'm not convinced that it is?
Okay. So I'm kind of hoping this is the World Convergence Center and we don't have to go somewhere else. I mean, this is where we had to deliver all the stars to, right?
Yeah, and frankly, I'm not walking through that desert in this dress again.
Yeah. I still do not have the correct footwear for this.
None of us do. None of us do.
At least we look good.
One of you is still wearing the one rubber boot.
think that's Viridia.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, didn't you put the rubber
Oh.
boot on?
No, I think that was me.
I don't think it was me.
All right.
This is very good.
After a moment, there's a beat before the computer kind of flickers what looks to be a very low-tech map of what looks to be where this convergence is, this connector signal.
Does it appear to be near us?
No.
Great.
But it is in a familiar spot.
Where
Bit
is
too
it?
familiar.
Is it Nate's shop?
No.
Oh.
The world, the signal, this world connector signal is huge. And it happens to be right next to a very familiar city you all adore and love. In fact, it's sitting on top of the Aberfell.
Ah,
Okay. So after whatever we get from here, we still need to make it home somehow.
Yeah.
Great.
yeah. And how do you? Yep. Oh god, our choice is probably gonna obliterate the city, or not.
Let's look at not for the minute.
Okay. What else do we need to know? Do we need to know anything about the Star Touched Maiden other than that I want to punch her in the face? In her starry face? I don't know if she even has a face, but I want to punch it.
Imagine if it's not and it's just space and you punch her in the face and your hand just goes into space forever.
What if I get a space hand?
That'd be cool.
I could have a mechanical leg and a space hand.
Make sure to punch her with your hand on the other side. Otherwise, just feels
Yeah,
tacky
there's-
having your space hand and your mechanical leg on the same side.
Yeah, there's an asymmetrical thing that I need to do.
Yeah.
I totally get it. Yeah. Be really weird if it was just all on one side.
Yeah.
See the map update. And you see 4 more signals pop up. And I would say you, Hyson, as you were very familiar with the maps before you got pulled into a poster, realized they are in spots where there are no more land masses.
Okay, so we said when we were looking at the maps that it looked like something was taking bites out of continents. Kind of looks like this might be it.
I mean, on those maps, entire continents were deleted.
Yeah.
Is that what would happen to ours?
I mean, everywhere else you see one of those signals is just a whole lot of ocean. So I'm betting yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna punch an artificial intelligence in the face.
Computer, where's the star known's anxiety?
There's a series of screeching sounds before green text pops up in the Tomb of Emily.
Okay, so we still need to get into that tomb.
At that door.
Yes, I'm assuming it's behind that door. Okay, we've got, what, 1 question left? Anybody gotta go?
Is there an easy route back to the Aberfell?
It's quiet for a moment and it doesn't screech before you see almost a cursive display kind of write itself across the screen. Have you checked the other doors?
I don't like that.
You know, when you give us questions and suggest you'll answer them, I wasn't expecting bloody rhetorical questions. Thank you very much, computer.
Honestly,
There's a
I was
series of laughing notes across the screen.
honestly, I was expecting it. It's the script change more that bothers me. Like, I wish it
Yeah.
had stayed in Comic Sans, but now it's in a script, so it's almost like it's more sentient and taunting us. I think we can disconnect those wires now. I am uncomfortable with the energy in this room.
The computer keeps laughing as it switches the font back, and it says, "It's in the room, Joy," and then gives a pixel heart.
Okay, see, that was helpful. Thank you. I was about to tell Ashlot to drop you, so be told.
Just set it down gently instead.
Yeah.
Power's down
Sure.
as you disconnect and set everything down.
Well, that was terrifying, then frustrating, then terrifying again.
Yeah, that was. I'm gonna go poke the robot.
Yeah, right there with you, don't worry.
Gosh, mood in this character can just change on a dime. Jack's gonna go and check out the security robot and see if there's any weapons that she can take off of it or anything to help get us through any more potential combat, because I am still very much hurt.
Yeah, roll machine affinity. This droid is as tall as Ashlot, has really nice kind of black alloyed skin that has this almost oil slick effect on it, and has what looks to be gold trimming along the inner circuits of it. Very well made.
What does that drop my difficulty down to?
Drop it down to a 5.
Challenging, eh? That's a failure. That's a 5 for those listening at home. Tonight's not going my way.
Maybe it's speed check. Don't forget those. When you fail, you get XP.
Yep, that's right.
Mhm.
That's right. 2?
Okay. It falls forward on top of you, Jack. It's heavy, and you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow!
And like Hyacinth was just kind of looking over your shoulder, looking at it, and just being like, "Hi." Suddenly glad I'm in this outfit, because otherwise this would just be awkward. And then it falls.
That
What did you
didn't
do
sound
that
good.
for? Are you okay?
Me who? Ow! Can someone get this off me?
Oh,
Help.
Lord.
I'm stuck.
I help extricate Jack from her predicament.
Yes. You can make a strength lift or strength move as part of your skill set. If you don't have any of those, it's just strength.
What's the difficulty on this one?
For you, it will only be a 3.
Okay, let's see. For the people at home, that was a 13.
All right. It takes some maneuvering because it's awkward. It's always awkward to move a body-shaped thing.
It's not heavy, it's just awkward.
And you roll it off of Jack, and it makes a clattering sound, and kind of a C kind of note ringing kind of rings out in the hall as it kind of collides with the wall as you roll it off.
Jack is just laying there splayed out on the ground. Ow.
What'd you do that for?
I didn't mean to. I was hoping it had like a laser gun or something that I could just take off of it. Everything hurts. He gets up. Okay. Where to now? Not touching anything else for the rest of this trip.
Well, got one door left, and that's where it says the next star is, so guess we're going to Joy.
Did we check this door over here?
Sorry.
That the droid kept opening and closing?
You did not.
Jack will head there first.
You look into it, and looks like it was just a room that it could use to turn around in.
It has a whole room for turning around?
I think we have one of those in my parents' house.
Your parents have a whole room for just turning around?
They have a whole room for a lot of things. They have a lot of rooms.
Jackson would rush over and check the other room directly across, but is it also a room for turning around?
It seems to be a room for turning around in.
I mean, if the thing doesn't have a great turn radius, I kind of get it.
And to be fair to my mum, I don't think even she had 2 rooms for that.
But the doors you do open are very loud and scrape across the floor, and you realize only one door was actually quiet.
All right. Let's go back to Joy. Oh, it sounds so funny saying that, because this is going to be anything but joyful, I'm betting.
Yeah.
Right.
Hope, electrocution. Satisfaction, terrifying hunter robot. Joy, I don't know. I think somebody's probably going to lose an arm.
Gotta punch with the left. If I'm losing one, it's gotta be the left side.
As you enter into the room of Joy, I will have you guys roll for a cipher each and gain 1 XP each.
What are you about to do to us, Jen? Why are you buttering us up?
Don't worry about it.
What do you want us to roll?
Ciphered. Just say D4. Right.
I forgot to put a space in there. Hang on.
4, 2,
I rolled a 1. That tracks.
Yeah. 1. Okay. You can all have your cards. You can use them as you wish. I will not look at them. They are for you and you only.
Oh, I got a handheld device. I'll have to look that up later.
Same.
Ooh.
Okay. Anyways, carrying on, as you go into this room, it's a rather simple room. 4 walls, the entryway is an archway, simply decorated, and in front of you seems to be a gray table with a terminal, like a computer terminal, kind of on it, with space on either side of it. And I would say Hyson or Jack can make me a machine affinity roll or Numenera roll.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty will be a 2.
Okay, is that with its step down one?
Yes.
Ha! Success. I rolled a 10. It's the first successful roll of the night.
And I rolled a 2. I have no clue.
As you kind of put the things together, Jack, you, Hyacinth, kind of stumble over your feet, and Crocodile kind of just nips a bit at your shoes, causing them to become less heel-like and more flats.
But they
Okay,
at least eat.
I'd say stop eating my clothes, but honestly, That's probably practical. Fair enough.
Don't want that. Oh dear. But the terminal is a replicated terminal, Jack. It's older, probably from the 4th or 5th age, but it's still working.
Okay. Another terminal.
Does this one have any riddles for us?
Jack's gonna... Is it currently turned on?
As you approach it, it turns on, but it seems to be more motion sense rather than you flick on a switch sense.
Okay. I don't know. The rest have talked back to me. What do you do?
There's just a simple question written across the screen, and it asks, what do you wish for in exchange for something in return?
What?
And the questions are given to you: a weapon, a skill increase, XP, or a device that will grant you some luck, a reroll.
Y'all? Jack's just gonna point to that on the screen.
I don't know if I trust like that.
Yeah, I don't know what I was expecting to find in this room, but I'm pretty sure the computer devil was not it.
Jack's just eyeing it.
But I mean, doesn't feel like we've got any other way out of this situation. So Dyson's just going to walk over to the computer and hit the thing for luck.
All right.
A good choice.
As you hit the thing for luck, it'll mechanically grant you a reroll of any roll you wish. And as you hit that, beside the table materializes what looks to be a book. And it opens up and has this beautiful hologram on it. Seems to be displaying flowers and other charms of the like.
Just as soon as the boat comes out, Hyacinth's just immediately like, ooh.
And we're
Okay.
supposed to give something in return, right?
It seems so.
Is that where we put the thing that we give to it? Or is that
I have
your
no
luck?
idea. Can I pick the book up?
As you go to pick the book up, your hand kind of passes through it. The exchange has not been met.
Okay, cool. I was worried about what was going to come after the words "your hand."
You get pulled into another reality, sorry.
Again?
Not again.
We don't have time for this. I need to go rest. I only have 4 left in my speed pool.
Oh god.
Okay, so he wants us to give something back. Otherwise, this is just going to be a picture, and we've got nothing to go on. So,
What are you gonna give it?
and they'll root around in their satchel for a bit and then pull out. It just looks like kind of metal rod about hand length with some rings around it, and it's one of the ciphers I've got at the minute. And put that down on the table and see what happens.
You do so, and the book seems to materialize into a thing you can touch, while the cipher you had placed down dematerializes and vanishes from view.
Well, hope that was worth it, and I'm never going to find out if that actually did what I think it did. Damn, should have thought that through. Well, why start now? And I'll pick the book up and start looking through it, I guess.
It seems to be a book about lucky charms, totems, things of lore that would affiliate itself with luck, good and bad.
Okay, this is interesting. I'm not gonna lie, I expected something more, star-like. Where are your secrets, computer devil?
What were the options again? Luck, a weapon, and what else?
A skill, so
A skill.
XP basically.
Okay.
Anybody else want something while we're doing the vending machine dance?
I guess I'll take a weapon.
Right.
Jack's going to pull out her solar reviver and set it down.
Do so, and from any of the books we have on hand in Numenera, the weird or otherwise, you can choose a weapon of your choice.
Okay.
You do not have to be proficient in it.
Oh, hey, look! I got a weapon! Jack says, holding up nondescript weapon number 1 that Sarah will choose on the break.
Oh, that's neat. What is it?
How dare you?
Remind me our choices again for the vending machine.
You have a weapon, a skill, which is basically you gain an XP, and you can also gain a luck or essentially a reroll of your choice of any of your rolls, but you can only choose one.
I'll take a weapon.
All right. What are you exchanging for that?
Can I exchange my current weapon?
You can.
I will sacrifice my trusty axe.
All right. So, from any of the books we have on hand, you can choose a weapon of your choice. You do not have to be proficient in it.
Cool.
Ready? Or I get the feeling it wants all of us to make a choice.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm gonna go for the luck.
All right. What are you exchanging for it?
Fredia will take off a little canister with kind of a short hose on the end of it that's just kind of been mounted to her wrist a lot of the time as the beginning. I just haven't used. I'm gonna trade that.
All
The
right.
cipher.
So you put it
what
down.
even was that thing? I've always wondered.
Well, I mean, you see, it's this thing that shoots off like this deadly mist. Like it seemed like in really poor taste to use it after our run in with the mist in the tunnels. I've always been in close proximity of y'all, so I just thought it was a really bad idea.
Yeah, it seems impractical when we're in caves so much.
Mm-hmm.
But you, instead of a book, you get what looks to be a little 4-leaf clover that kind of opens up. Has a mirror on it.
Aw.
Oh, cool.
But you have a reroll, basically. And these can be used once per session in the luck regards.
I think Jack's actually going to take the heavy crossbow. Go big or go home.
Right.
Oh.
Look, if I don't need proficiency, I'm getting something with some heft.
Yes.
Never question why the GM is being generous.
Oh,
Oh,
I
all
know
the
why.
time.
It's because you're about to fuck her shit up.
Fear.
I've been playing with you for too long.
But after you all exchange something, the computer kind of quietly shuts down.
Well, that was fun.
Concerning is the adjective I was
Yeah.
going to use,
Like-
but
I'm looking around, like, what's going on?
it's. Storyteller, is there anything else in the room that looks like it might be, star related?
Just four walls and a table that gave you things.
Okay, so the other computer told us anxiety was in this room, and currently that is true. And I mean, the only thing here is the computer. Do we think it's in there? I mean, we pulled one
Computer
of these
said
out of
anxiety's in Emily's room. This is Joy's room.
Okay.
What did it say was in Joy's room? I thought it said.
It said a door was here. But you don't see a door.
Oh, yes. Okay, yeah, player me that had those the wrong way around. Okay, so. Right, it said there was a way back to Arafel from here.
Oh,
I'm not saying it, but
I mean, maybe we have to get all the stars first.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Keys and all that.
Kind of want to go back to that last computer and just loudly ask. It's not going to answer any questions. I just feel the need to shout at something.
Oh, you can shout at me. People do it all the time.
For those who
Yeah,
wish,
but this is getting old.
make me a intellect roll or perception if it falls under your skills.
Who?
Anyone who wishes.
Sure.
Is this going to fall under sight-based perception or other perception? Because I have different skills in both.
Sight-based perception.
Sweet.
Oh no.
Jack rolled a 2. She's just very hurt that Hyacinth won't use her as a consensual punching bag.
Modded up through my ridiculous eyes. I rolled an 11.
All right. Anybody else roll?
Yeah, I rolled a 3.
All right. Verity,
no.
you're more concerned with Jack's emotional state. Hyacinth, you've
Just a
moved
little,
on.
yeah.
And yes, Ashalot. Excellent choice.
Cool.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. And as you moved on, Hyacinth, you realized there is a very faint hollow projection kind of on the far wall. The room's a bit too light to make it out, and the lighting source might be the problem, just to see these words.
As in, there's too much light from the.
Mm-hmm. You know how when you
Yeah.
have a projection on a screen and there's just too much light, it's like that.
Mhm. There's something on the wall that could be it. There's a lot of glare on it. Can somebody blow up the lights or something?
Try his best to block the light.
But you
Not very
try,
tall, but I can
Viridia.
try.
The lights are more of a strip light across the ceiling, kind of hidden behind a panel. But you try and get some light.
And yeah, I'm just gonna kind of go over to where that faint outline is and poke around.
And you get close, the words are a bit hard to read, but if you really concentrate on it, roll me perception with sight, intellect with sight.
And I'll throw an effort into that as well.
Mhm.
19.
19. You kind of have to squint. It's a pretty bad projection, and the light's pretty bright in this room. But you squint and study, and you see the words, "What will you exchange to go home?"
What will you exchange to go home? Why does everything in here want us to pay for things? Can we just go back to stealing things like we used to? That was so much easier.
There. You did, Sarah.
Oh, right. Let me try here. Jack's gonna take out the needler. Sorry, mind spiker. And see if that will be accepted.
All right. Where do you place it?
Yes.
You have the floor, you have the table, and those are the only two surfaces here.
Jack goes to place it on the table and then pulls back and wait. We need to find anxiety, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if opening this would just open the door or immediately take us through, which, to be fair, is what a lot of gates have done lately, so maybe we should leave this for a second.
Unless the door marked Emily is the gate to go home.
The computer said the way home was in this room.
In this room, okay. Puts the mind spiker back into a bag. Okay, then what do we do? Do we have any doors left?
This was the last one. I mean, who knows if something could have changed, and Patton's just going to head back out into the main room and see if see if anything obviously has happened with the doors.
The doors are all open, and the door that is marked Emily is a bright green with its code flashing across it saying access granted.
Sweet. Come on, it's sorted.
Oh, okay.
Problem solved itself. Love it when that happens. And honestly, not even waiting for the rest of them. They're just going to head across and push that door.
Push the door open. It's a bit heavy under your touch, but it gives. And as it kind of gives and kind of slides into a panel that holds a space to allow a door to rest into it comfortably, you see before you a round room with what looks to be a sandstone tomb sitting in the middle, with the light kind of pouring down on top of it, and around it roses blossom and bloom, and you see beautiful blue butterflies kind of flitting in and out.
Again with the butterflies. Well, guess we found Emily.
Are the butterflies throughout the room or just in a specific area?
Throughout the room. There's flowers all over the room. But to note, you would notice, Hyacinth, as your kind of first one there is a strange backdrop to the far back of this room. And it looks like some kind of projection or a barrier that has a path of stars and what looks to be a building far off in the distance. And there seems to be a glitching of words on either side of this kind of barrier.
What do they say?
Well, from where you are, you can't tell. You have to get closer.
Do we reckon these are the harmless kind of butterflies, or the whatever was dangerous about the other one kind?
I'm gonna go with the harmless kind this time. Touch one, find out.
Yeah, maybe I'll get a cool hand. And yeah, they're just gonna poke a butterfly when it comes near.
You poke it, and it does what a butterfly does. When you poke it, it kind of freaks out and then flutters away.
Okay, I think. Don't quote me, but I think these might just be butterflies.
Excellent.
What if the one back in Aberfeld's just a butterfly? And I find it extremely funny that Junta terrified of it. Maybe she's just scared of butterflies.
Does that mean that there might be some type of reality bleed in the facility?
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
look at that
These are
wall.
symptoms.
You see the wall there that isn't a wall that seems to have a field behind it? Yeah, reality bleed feels about right.
Yeah. Yeah, for all we know, this whole room could be a reality bleed.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that there was a butterfly in the Declusions.
I don't know. They seemed pretty adamant that they knew what it was doing. Also, there was that dog with the acid drool, so...
I think they might just collect weird stuff.
Yeah.
And I can respect that.
Mm-hmm. Same. Looks down at Crocodog.
Yeah, just gonna walk across the room and start examining those words.
You're examining these words. They kind of glitch in a way that you have to wait in a way that you have to catch all the lettering. But if you wait long enough, you are able to perceive or understand what this is saying. It seems to be a malfunctioning computer, something, you're not entirely sure. And it simply says, go forward on the left side, or go home. And there's a series of texts under it. And under the go forward, it says, go forward and gain a day, but at the cost to the city. And under the other side, it says, go home and lose a day, but at no cost to the city. And then you see in the middle, as you kind of study this, on this barrier says, it's your choice.
Why do all of these AIs get so obsessed with binary choices? I've known people like that. So, go forward, gain a day, but at cost to the city.
What's the cost to the city?
Well, I mean, we saw that signal hanging over it.
What do I mean by gain a day? I mean to do more investigating, or in general? What does it mean?
You ponder this. We'll go into our break as there's a lot to take into consideration.
Yep. Yeah, there is, Jen.
Really is.
Let's be back in what, 5-10 minutes?
Yeah, we'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Don't go nowhere unless it's to grab a drink, grab a friend, or go to the go to TheHypeGoblin.com and pick up something nice from the show. We'll see y'all in a little bit. Bye, everybody. thank you so much for joining us tonight. If this is your first time on our channel, welcome. I'm so excited to have you here. I am Sarah Roberts, and I donate all of my Twitch income to the TrevorProject.org. So if you are interested in subtly assisting us in this game with nothing game breaking, you can go down to the About Me section on Twitch if you are watching on Twitch, and go to the Stars in the Stone heading, and you can see the different ways that you can affect our game with your bits and your subscriptions if you choose to subscribe to the channel during one of these broadcasts. If you cannot affect the game financially, that's fine. We are just so happy to have you here hanging out with us. Are you okay? That was a big cough for a big dog.
Oh,
You good? You want to lay back down? Okay. My fuzzy child just had a coughing fit.
On the baby.
If you cannot affect our game with your bits and your subs, that is totally fine. We understand. We're just happy to have you here. Hang out with us, accrue those channel points, and you can use those to affect our game as well. You can read all about that in the exact same section in the About Me session. Furthermore, since I know most people are here now watching us, whoever nominated me for the Game Her Awards in 3 categories, I would like to just say thank you. I got the email today. I will be tweeting out about it later. But if you would like to know more about the award ceremony, and what they do, and the types of people in gaming that they recognize, there is a link going up in Twitch chat, and I will make it available in the description on YouTube as well. Voting opens September 9th. I don't know what else I'm supposed to say other than I have no idea how to campaign for myself, and I'm incredibly flattered that I was nominated for Streamer of the Year, Cosplayer of the Year, and Charity Streamer of the Year. So they only said multiple people did it, so if you are one of those people and you're watching, thank you so much. I am incredibly honored, and I'm not going to cry because I don't want to reapply these false eyelashes. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and hand it back over to Jen. Jen, take it away.
All right. You guys were faced with a choice on the left and a choice on the right of this barrier, and in the middle says it is your choice. And it says, in no uncertain terms, go forward and gain day, but at cost to the city. Go home and lose a day, but at no cost to the city. And in the middle of this round room is the tomb of Emily, sandstone with the light kind of pouring down onto it. Butterflies kind of flitting around the room, and what seems to be roses kind of growing and making their way up wall in the way that roses tend to do.
So how many days do we have? What was our countdown? 3 days, 24 hours, and what was it, 52 minutes?
Something to that effect.
Okay.
You're probably guessing the minutes are much shorter now.
Okay. I mean, we have like 3.5 days left. Do we need another day?
It said we couldn't get to the observatory until we had 3 days left. But I think before we make this choice, we still need to. I mean, there's still another door back there, and he said anxiety was in this room. Is there anything on the tomb?
Quick glance and kind of settled into what looks to be, at your best guess, a scientific tool of sorts. Perhaps a measuring tool or a beaker of sorts, neatly kind of carved into the stone. Kind of sits what looks to be a soft, glowing white gemstone.
Oh, well, there we go.
I'll take the gemstone.
Oh boy, there's some resistance only because the stone has kind of done what stone does best when left to the environment and has grown around it. But with some tugging, you're able to pull it free.
No.
I think before we decide, before we leave here, we should probably find out what's behind door number 5.
It's probably a good idea.
Is it? I mean, we should do it, but I'm not convinced it's a good idea.
I mean, probably not. It's probably not a good idea to walk into that field over there and see what's out that way either. But I really want to.
Yeah, same. Come on, just like I always say, anxiety first. Yeah, head back into the main room and for the last door.
Okay. What will you offer to go home?
Jack sets down the Mind Spiker
Where do you set it?
on the table.
You set it on the table and you watch it dematerialize, and you see on the screen, do you wish to proceed? I think you muted yourself.
Do we wish to proceed?
I mean, weren't we going to check out the other door?
Oh yeah, that's right. Never mind, I didn't go into this room. I went to the other door.
Put a pause on the return trip.
Let's go to the other door, and there's just a door. It doesn't seem to open, doesn't seem to close, it's just there.
Ashlot, can you put the star in it somewhere?
Is there any kind of slot for?
Unlike the other doors, it doesn't seem to have a slot.
Is this door a wall? Have they put this on us one more time? I swear.
If there's no clear slot for the gem, I may try to open it the old-fashioned way.
In what manner do you open it?
Is there any kind of like obvious hint, or does it just look like a solid type of door like we've been running into?
It looks like a door with a handle.
Is it made of metal, or is it another wooden door?
Wooden door, like the rest.
I'm gonna try to like punch through it next to the handle and just like open it from the inside.
Oh my god.
Sure. Make me a strength check.
Difficulty?
It's a door, so a 1.
I'm nervous. That's a 17.
Make me a speed roll.
19.
Barely dodged the what you can only assume to be hornet AIs that kind of spill out from the side of the door and kind of swarm towards you, Ashalaj, and kind of bounce off you angrily, and then kind of fill the room and kind of makes this space a bit difficult as Jack, Viridia, and Hyacinth are now surrounded by angry wasp AI, and Ashalot, you punch through the door. You seem to have triggered a security mechanism.
Oh, I don't like this. Ah.
Sorry. I will open the door so that this was not in vain, and then I will open the hornets.
You open the door and it kind of bounces as you swing it open. The hornets kind of angrily just buzz around and then kind of attach themselves on top of the dome. They don't really seem to attack you. It seems to be more of a scare tactic more than anything.
I would like for there to be a Scooby-Doo style chase scene where the three of us who are not at the door are just running around with the hornets chasing us for a moment. And then they settle on the ceiling. That is what happened in my brain.
Yes.
As long as there's Benny Hill music.
Yes.
Well, yeah. For whatever reason, you hear the Benny Hill tune, the first age music kind of playing. You get chased by these hornets before you realize that they're just trying to scare you before they settle on the ceiling.
Mission accomplished.
Okay, so lesson learned today: when you knock on anxiety's door, it will answer. And anything in there other than evil bees?
It looks to be a bedroom.
Why was this bedroom full of bees?
Could that be a quote? Can we quote that somewhere?
You know, no one will believe what we found here.
No.
This place is sure buzzing with activity for something that's deserted. Oh, stop now.
Yeah, I would just carefully go in and look around the bedroom, I guess.
Sure. It's a neatly organized room, dust collected. What you would consider a dormitory that has been organized and well preserved. There isn't much in the way of files or books, just a simple desk with a chair, a bed, and a rug that's a bit dirty.
Anything on the desk at all?
Nope.
Like a cool rug?
It's one of those horrible shag rugs that collect moths over the time and where you have it. It's not very nice.
I'd like to sit down on the bed and bounce.
A bellowing dust cloud kind of poofs up as you do so. You're now covered in a lot of dust.
Oh well, I'm already dusty. Jack just lays down and stretches out on the bed.
Respect.
Mm-hmm.
Itchy.
Okay, so everything I just said about we should investigate this last door before we made any kind of choice. Ignore that, it was a stupid idea.
Can I make a perception?
There is nothing here but terror, and they'll just kind of walk out 1,000 yards stare.
Wait, are you scared of dirt?
No.
That didn't sound convincing to me. What about you two?
Yeah, I thought it was more about the bees, but now I'm not so sure.
What's the word for a dust phobia? Jack is just still reclining on the bed with her hands behind her head, trying to figure it out. Can I roll perception as I look about the room and see if there's anything that's been missed?
Make an intellect perception roll.
Don't mind if I do. And we're back to the classic Jack rolls. That's a 6.
It's a dormitory style room, it's a neatly made bed, a horrible shaggy rug, and a neat desk. left a bunch of footprints from your friends now that they've tracked all over this room.
I would like to touch every side and drawer of the desk.
Okay. You do so and leave a lot of fingerprints behind. It's covered in dust.
Can I pull out the drawers completely?
Yeah.
Do there appear to be any false bottoms?
Nope. Empty drawers, empty desk.
Well, this sucks. No, CC, I did not say sex. I said it sucks. Thank you. All right, yeah, I guess we just go home now.
All right, you leave. Jack's covered in dust. Crocodog has licked a lot of the dust up, so you have a dusty little dog now, Ashlot.
He do be like that.
Somehow the dust clings to you, Viridia. You're not sure how. It could be from the dust cloud. It's not nice, but it's there. What are you doing
at this point?
And what are you doing, Hyacin, as you've left the room?
I am back in the room with Emily's tomb, just kind of standing there looking out at the projection of the field, kind of leaning against the tomb and not being in a room filled with computer bees.
Yeah, as you look out, it's beautiful. Almost could call it a sea in the way that this field kind of dances with light. And the building, you would guess, despite its enormity, is fairly far away. But it's a beautiful, peaceful scene set in the night sky.
Jack will poke her head into the room. Hey,
Hey,
you want a dusty hug?
not particularly, but I get the feeling that my answer to that question was irrelevant.
No. It's fine. You know, there is one place we haven't looked for further clues, right?
Where's that?
Jack points at the tomb.
You know, you're not wrong.
I
mean, on the one hand, feels like grave robbery would be in poor taste. But on the other hand, I think we're going to do it anyway.
I mean, I think Emily, of all people, would understand the need for archaeological conservation and exploration.
Exactly. And if she wouldn't, she's dead, so who cares?
That too. Hey, Ashla, Viridia! You want to rob a tomb?
What?
And then we get the little It's Always Sunny episode title card. The gang robs the grave.
Someone please make that. I may make that after the episode. I mean, I guess we're not faced with too many more avenues to look at things. I'm sure.
I mean, I'm sure. Look, it's not gonna be the first tomb I've robbed. Normally, I just don't know the person that's entombed in it.
Huh. I prefer to call it salvaging.
Yeah. I was going with an archaeological bent, you know? Preserving history. Sleuthing for clues. But at the end of the day, it's flat out robbery.
I was just thinking ghosts aren't real, but after this whole thing, who knows?
I have a museum background, so this is hilarious to me.
So, should we all push the lid off?
Sounds good.
All right. One of you can make me a strength roll with advantage, so you can roll this number twice.
Ashlot,
Oh my god.
go for it.
Thank you.
Can
I
we
just rolled
donate
twice.
effort to the roll?
If you want to, you will get XP for it.
I will donate some of my my effort.
Yeah.
Dope. So what's the new difficulty?
Yeah, I'll donate 1 effort.
All right. It'll drop it down to a 6. Sandstone tombs are heavy, folks.
I just got some might back, so I'll...
Oh, jeepers. That was a failure. That was a 6 for people at home.
Remember, you can roll twice.
Oh my god. Does the effort extend
Please.
to that second roll?
I would allow it, yes.
What do you mean?
Well,
The same roll.
the same roll.
Rude! Roll 20.
Roll 20 now.
For whatever reason, Ashalot, your boot slips on the sandstone floor and your hands kind of scrape up and over the tomb and you kind of fall face first into this stone lid. And you all watch as you're trying to push. Ashalot kind of just smack.
Just that big clang of metal against stone.
Ooh, you okay there, pal?
It's fine. It's fine. I'm lulling it into a false sense of security.
I mean, it's working, consider me lulled.
Mm-hmm.
We could also use my detonation device, just saying.
I feel like that might break what's inside, unless you're really good at controlled detonations.
Also, it probably wouldn't be good for the butterflies.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Not like those wasps have really gone anywhere. They're still just kind of chilling.
Wasps.
Yeah, but they were for another... Ooh, the
Hornets,
wasps!
bees, whatever.
How intelligent do I think these wasps are?
Make me a machine affinity roll or Numenera roll.
And as you say, ooh, the wasps, Asin is just side-eyeing
What do
you
you-
and moving away.
What is the plan?
What's my difficulty at?
I will put it at a 5.
Okay, is that with the drop down?
Yeah.
Okay. I rolled a 19. Success.
The chosen one.
Smaller AIs don't really have a larger capacity to think on grand schemes. They often are restricted to a binary or simplistic code set. And that's probably what these wasps are do. They were programmed to scare you or chase people away from the door, but you're not sure if they would have anything other creative abilities in mind.
Jack would like to use... Jack has a feature called Charm Machine. So you convince an unintelligent machine to like you. A machine that likes you is 50% less likely to function if said function would cause you harm. So I would like to just befriend one of these machines and see if I can glean what makes it tick and if any of that inside is explosive, because they are tiny. And they may be a tiny controlled explosion.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna make one
Roll.
self-destruct.
Look, you chased me around, Scooby-Doo style, okay? I don't feel bad.
Roll me a machine affinity to befriend one of these wasps.
Okay. What's my difficulty?
I would say because it's resting and it's not angry at you, wasp can actually be pretty friendly and get to know people once they start recognizing a face, much like a bee does. I would say, what is today's 3?
Okay. Higher success.
All right, you befriend one of these wasps, and it kind of turns around and does the weird way that wasps kind of turn in a circle.
I'm just gonna gently scoop it into my hands. Start examining its little machine parts.
It's the size of a wasp, a yellow jacket to be exact.
Okay. Do I think that I could use it to make a tiny explosion?
You get the sense it will not explode, as it's small, but it does have a venom injector, much like a real wasp does.
Well, there goes that idea. However, I could potentially poison someone with it. I'm gonna keep it.
All right, you can add 1 mechanical/AI wasp to your pocket. It will have 5 uses.
Okay.
And the poison
why
damage
did-
will be 1d4. for the
1d4,
poison.
okay.
It ignores armor.
Why did you just catch a wasp and put it in your pocket? What do you...
Because I can use it. It's technically a weapon. I can use it to poison people. Well, it's like... I don't know how much I can poison people with it, but it should be able to do it a few times. You want me to catch you one?
No!
You sure? They're kind of cute. Look! There's just a little wasp that's just like doing circles on Jack's hand.
A
How
wasp guy.
have you trained the wasp? Please put it away.
Oh, I didn't train it. It's nice. It's nice.
For now.
Yeah, for now, until I stick it on someone. Just set it on top of one of her little hair buns. You can just chill there.
Well, that's a terrifying concept. Let's move on.
And the HypeGoblin is going to be Googling wasp hair accessories later to try and find one to add to this wig. We'll see if I'm successful.
You will be. Don't worry.
Okay. Well, I guess we should just go home if we can push it open. It's kind of disappointing.
Yeah, I mean... I'm not gonna lie. The thought of going forward and seeing what that does... It's cool. I won't say I'm not tempted.
If we go forward, something happens to the city, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
I have
That's
no
for
idea
what?
what.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of... Well, there's not a lot of people, but there's at least 5 people in that city that I like. So,
There's at least 5 people.
maybe not quite 5. Maybe like 3 2/4, but like I'm optimistic. I'm not sure about the new bartender, okay? They rub me the wrong way. Make the drinks kind of weak, but
If you had asked me yesterday whether I'd, happily walk through a door that would annihilate my parents into a hole in reality, I'd have probably said yes. But now that the option's here, nah.
oh, that's right. Our families are in town too. Okay, then it's over 5. Shit.
I'm amazed. I got the impression you didn't like your family.
I mean, they're excessively annoying, but I don't necessarily wish death upon them. So
I mean, it might not kill them. It's at a cost.
Yeah, that's what concerns me a lot.
You know what would be handy here would be if we still had any questions left with that computer.
Yeah. Didn't think about that.
Well,
Hindsight 2020.
but fine, if you'll think it would be better to go home, I am okay with doing that.
Yeah, I'm thinking so.
Yeah, it's probably a better idea.
Agreed.
Let it never be said that I won't bow to democracy.
Before I leave, instead of just pushing the lid, can I try to pry it open with my new sword?
Okay. You can do so, but at a 2-step difficulty cost.
Okay. How would I input that into the roller?
I will say put the number at 7.
Okay.
You will not take any effort. You will not take any edge. You'll just roll it as is.
Bomb. All right. Let's go. Oh, dang. Just a 13.
Mhm. Okay. Your weapon now has a flaw. And every time you use it, you will roll a d4. On a 1 or 3, you will take damage from it.
Love it.
But tomb doesn't fly open.
Some doors just won't open.
Oh, neat. Good. Sword use. Pretty sure that's not a standard use of swords, but I can get behind it. Yeah, I had a look in the tomb.
Not open.
Oh, I thought you said it did come up. Sorry.
Nope. It stayed closed, but Ashlot gained a flaw to their
Yeah.
weapon.
Rip. Well, I mean,
Well, so much for grave robbing.
it's up to you if
Wait.
you want to try again. Maybe we should just.
Wait
leave
a
it?
second.
What?
And they'll just
Do you have
look.
explosives?
Why? No. They just look around and down at Crocodile, and they're just like, he can eat pretty much anything. He ate a bit of my leg. Can he eat the side of a tomb, do we think?
Very carefully.
Yes. Some precision may be required, but the tools are there.
I would like to take some provisions out of my bag to entice Crocodog to chew on a corner of the tomb. Essentially just taking out a jar of peanut butter and just smearing it up the side.
Sure. Roll me an intellect check, animal handling, or Numenera in this particular case.
Got a Numenera.
2. I rolled a 2.
all the things Crocodog seems to dislike, it happens to be peanut butter.
Rude. Rude.
Okay,
Looking-
so we've gone from robbing a tomb to seasoning a tomb.
Dogs like peanut butter. I thought, it would entice Crocodog to nom on that corner and...
And how's that working out for you?
Not good. Thank you very much. Snarky McSnarkerson.
Seeing as that's not entirely working, I think Bridges is gonna take one knee by the side of the tomb and just kind of look at Crocodog, and then back at the tomb and say, "Hey, buddy, it would be real nice if you could help us out here just this one time. I promise you we're just gonna get you the best types of books or whatever else you want to eat after we get this done. Would you be keen on that?" And I'm gonna use my pronouncement of friendship. Let me put in the chat real fast. Why did it do the spacing like that? That's weird. Yeah, you convince a sentient creature to regard you positively as they would a potential friend. You gain an asset in all future interactions with the creature until you give them a reason to no longer regard you that way. Isn't charmed supernaturally? They're not compelled or controlled in any way. The target affected by this is simply more likely to perceive you as a friend if you give them a reason to believe this to be so.
As you do so, Crocodog pays close attention to you, Viridia, and after a while, they seem to consider your words before they kind of hop out of Ashalot's arms and go over to the tomb, sniff it a few times, and kind of get up on their hind legs and kind of takes a big chunk bite out of the side of it, creating a hole.
How big is that hole?
I would say adult size, crawling through an air vent size hole.
So who wants to go in?
No, but at the same time, yes.
Let's
You want
go.
me to just go in and hand out anything that I see to you?
I mean, yeah, sure, if you want to go in.
You might fit better than I will.
All right, let's go. Jenkins is going to take off her very dusty coat that was made for her, gingerly set it to the side along with her pack and her other belongings hanging off of her. Crawl in.
There isn't so much space you can go in, as it's kind of a mummy's tomb situation.
Oh, cool.
There's a coffin within a coffin.
Oh.
Well,
Do you think you can set Crocodog on top and get him to eat downward? Strategically? To remove the lid? He listened to you, Viridia, so I'm just assuming that
I
you're
mean,
besties.
we can give that a shot. Help us out just a little bit more, bud.
Crocodog examines you closely, Viridia, before it kind of hops up and looks to you, Ashalot, for confirmation.
Give him a solid nod.
Crocodile kind of turns around on the tomb a few times the way dogs turn around on a spot they're thinking about digging up before they kind of lick the tomb lid, and a larger hole starts to appear, and about 10-15 minutes go by and the upper half of this tomb lid is no longer there.
All right, what kind of situation are we looking at with this tomb within a tomb?
There's a sarcophagus inside, and it looks like it is sealed, much in the way a mummy's tomb would be sealed. It has a sarcophagi inside of the inner tomb, and it looks much in the way a simple plain box would just lie there in the space. There's no fancy decorations. There are no carvings, no monuments to great science. It's just a simple box.
Is it a wooden box or a
Wooden box preserved by time.
Think we can pry the rest of the lid off now?
Probably. Anyone got like a crowbar or something like that?
We've got Ashlot's muscles and a better vantage point now.
And also a lot less lid.
Yeah. Do I think that I could hop into the tomb on top of this box to kind of provide better leverage?
Not really. It's a very airtight space, intentionally built in a way to preserve things like this.
Gotcha. What do you think, Ashlot?
I'm happy to give her another go.
All right. I'll assist again.
It's a matter of principle now.
Right?
This is a 2 for strength now that there's not as heavy as a lid.
How?
What was the roll?
Okay. I'm gonna have to retire from trying to lift doors. That was a 4 for folks at home.
After you're not sure what it is. It must be the dust from the room previously, but man, this lid's like, nah, not today, fam.
Yeah, it's just hard to get a grip on it. It's not heavy, it's just awkward.
All right. All right.
Must be stoked down with something. That's weird.
Yeah.
Is the coffin openable at all?
Probably. It is a wooden coffin.
Much easier to open. Should I start prying wood apart?
I mean, yeah. I don't think we came this far to stop because of a box.
All right. My time to shine. Jack's gonna reach into her bag, pull out a hammer, spin it around like you see them do with like guns and westerns, and stick the back end between 2 boards and start prying.
Yeah, as you do so, you realize as you're prying towards you that the coffin lid is a slide, and you could probably just slide it downwards.
Oh, hey, look, I loosened it up. Jack just starts sliding it.
You do have the matter of it doesn't slide very far as the coffin's still in the tomb.
Can I pop it out of its track that it's sliding in?
With some effort, probably.
Okay.
You'll have a lever, so yeah, it's a might roll, so I'll put it out at 1 step.
Hello, roll 20. Let's try.
Hello.
I don't know where that
Denied.
roll went to.
Okay.
There it goes. I rolled a 10.
With some effort and Crocodog's insistent help and the help with your hammer, you are able to pop the lid out of its track.
What do we all see with our seeing guys?
You see the mummified remains of a Dr. Emily Winston.
What's up?
Is there anything in there with her?
I'm gonna search around.
Sure.
Intellect.
Mm-hmm.
That's an 8.
Not much. She didn't really seem like one for material needs. You're not really sure now that you think on it. Did she build this tomb? Or did someone make it for her?
Not finding anything. I think this used to be scraps of clothing. No possessions, what I can see. Well, at least we answered the question of what's in here.
And
Sorry,
Hassan's
Emily.
just kind of going to take a step back and just look at the scene with, like, most of a stone tomb, one corner covered in peanut butter, a couple of massive holes chewed in it, like half the lid gone, and Ash sitting, like, in the hole on top of a corpse. And they're just like, you know we're all going to hell, right?
What's hell?
That's a good outlook.
What? I'm confused.
Stay that way, it might be for the better.
Jack's just gonna lean over to Ashlot. Are they? I can't tell if they're being mean to me or being sincere.
I don't know what hell is.
I don't either. Are we supposed to know?
I mean, in the Golden March, when we eat it, assuming we were, glorious enough, we go to Valhalla. Pretty sweet deal for me.
I just thought, some folks they get shoved into a lava flow and like they're taken care of that way, or like they're stuck back in the ground and basically just worm food. Like I don't.
Both of those kind of suck.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're not really needed anymore. Like they're. Oh gosh, I can't even go back to the library. Shit.
I'm gonna feast in the Hall of Heroes. You enjoy your lava or worm food.
I'll be dead, so I won't know. But thanks. I think.
Maybe just die holding something sharp.
I'm not sure how that helps.
Might help a little.
Okay. I'll try it. Jackal jump down from the tomb.
Oh yes, Numenera's views on the afterlife.
They're quite varied.
Well, the Numenera you have encountered suggest ghosts are real, so who knows?
I ain't afraid of no ghost.
Okay, so are we going to leave this room forever and never look up this debacle again? Because that's
Yes.
where I'm going.
Mm-hmm. Yep, totally. We're
At this
on our
point,
way
yeah.
out. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So this concept of hell, what exactly do you think that is, Jax? says as she trots up next to Hyacinth and just starts asking questions.
Basically, a lot of people believe or believed. I mean, I've read about it in books. I've seen a lot of views. But basically, people who regularly pull the kind of shit we pull die and then go and pay for it forever.
So just don't die.
Yeah. That's a very
simple as that.
It's very strange. Like, who decides? Like, is it like who decides that you go there though? Like,
I don't know. The books were always really vague on that point.
It's some third age stuff,
happens.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're very vague in the third age.
Yeah. And at least the books never screamed at me like half the computers we find.
That's nice. That's nice. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah, head back to the joy room, I guess, and look for the yeah, did you say you had something you wanted to offer it?
Oh yeah, I just left it here.
Yeah, the computer asked, do you wish to proceed?
Jackal hit yes.
All right, you hit yes, and you see where the words were on this far wall, kind of a laser effect on metal. And it makes a rectangular shape, rather tall, and kind of carves out or lasers out details. And after a moment, the dust kind of crumbles away, and you see a metallic door with a simple knob on it.
Okay, cool. Only one of us had to pay?
Gas.
I mean, that's convenient.
I mean, we already all paid for the other things, so I guess I don't know, loyalty bonus.
Jackson,
well,
try and open the door.
All right, you try and open the door, and the knob turns rather easily, and you wiggle it and realize it's a pull, not a push. It swings towards you, silent. And it opens into what looks to be a scientific lab.
Jack is just gonna poke her head through the doorway but not enter the lab. Does this look like the Declisian's lab?
Very much so.
Does it look like the one that's in the Sisters of the Watch or the one that's in their research building?
Hard to tell. Science labs kind of all look the same.
Closes the door. So we might be going into the Declisian's lab?
I mean, I feel like it was bound to happen sooner or later. And like, if I was going to guess where there'd be a portal to the other side of the world in the city, that'd probably be it. Like, it was more likely than my parents' garden, and that happened.
All right. I really hope this disappears behind us. I don't want them having the stones.
Well, can we take the stones with us? Are they... I'm going to go back out and just...
anxiety.
Yeah, but the other ones that we kind of plugged into the doors, going to try and take one out.
You take one out, and that door stays green and lit, but you have the star.
Sweet, just Hyacinth's just going to quickly run around the room, pulling them all out and sticking them in their satchel. Okay.
Yeah, easily enough done.
Can't believe we nearly forgot those. Actually, no, scratch that. I can absolutely believe we nearly forgot those.
I mean, it wasn't necessarily forgetting if I thought that they needed to stay in the wall where we put them because we had them. Also,
Yeah,
this
but-
means that we're taking all of the stars into the Declisian's turf.
Yeah, but how much time and effort have we spent trying to get these?
Yeah, but what if they try to take it away?
Then we stop them.
Is there anywhere secretive on our person that we can hide them? I mean, like, Hanson had that whole, compartment going on. It would have, like, a secret pocket in their satchel or anything like that.
Looks at Ashlot. You got any secret compartments?
I mean, a storyteller, do I?
I don't know. Do you?
Probably do.
All right. Then you do.
Let's very classically like open up like a hidden like little compartment in their thigh.
Oh, see, I need a thigh compartment. Tamsin has the chest compartment. You have a thigh compartment. I mean, that just makes sense. And Jack gestures to her robotic leg. Yeah. All right, and
Got the one without pockets.
What?
You got the one without pockets.
You know what? It's the base model. That was an upgrade that Jack just could not afford. Like, half the bolts are rusted. It is what it is. All right, if anything happens to the rest of us, just get out of there with those stones. Okay?
All right.
All right. Let's go with sneaking. Jack will open the door again and crouch walk through.
You open the door and step through into what looks to be a laboratory of some sort. There are beakers neatly put away, what looks to be something being prepped for later. And it's a fairly quiet room. There is a door on the far left away from you, and what looks to be a wide observing window kind of looking in at you.
Or anybody in the window?
You don't see anybody.
Is it two-way glass? Or one-way
It
glass?
is. It's a two-way. You can see both in and they can see out. It seems to be a teaching lab, if anything. Something you can observe and people can observe through.
Jack is going to hurriedly crouch walk through the room to the other door to go check it.
All right. Go check it, and it's not locked, and you're able to peek out.
What do I see?
You see a long white hallway with a series of doors and a round corner that kind of veers off to the left and out of sight.
Does this look like a hallway I've been in before?
It looks like an office hallway or a lab hallway. There's nothing really exciting about scientific halls, unfortunately.
I was hoping it's the same hallway that we exited into for the last time we got dumped into. The Sisters of the Watch. All right, she'll just gesture for the others to follow.
Yep.
Yeah, Hyacinth just kind of strolls through, looking at Jack doing the little crouch walk and just like...
I'm trying to be sneaky.
I thought you were pretending to be a crab.
No! I'm trying not to get caught by whoever's lab this is.
Oh. Yeah, that does make more sense. I was wondering why crabs were involved.
I literally cannot afford to get in a fight right now.
Then let's not.
Okay. Sneak, 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 sneak.
Yeah, roll me, all of you, a speed roll. Stealth if you have it,
I have
Yeah.
sneaking as a skill.
or sneaking if you have that.
What is that? Is a speed roll?
Yes.
Damn.
Okay.
Couldn't take that 18.
Maria, hella stealthy.
If
What's
you
the-
ever if you ever had a chance to use your reroll, do it now.
Oh, yes, I have a reroll.
Reroll.
Thank
You have
you.
a reroll.
What's
Chosen
the
one.
What's the difficulty?
The difficulty is 2.
A 2, so it steps down to a 1 for me then.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
rolled
I
an 11
failed.
that time.
Oh my god! Ow.
Yeah, sure. This is fine. And you re-rolled. Yes, I see it now, Hyson. And how the rest of you do? Let me read that.
I rolled a
Yeah.
1,
Okay.
so I'm just gonna give myself that XP. Yay!
I'll take that 18.
Yeah, Ashalot, you and Crocodog are very light on your feet, and you feel yourself kind of springing back from tackling a vertical door instead of a horizontal door. And you kind of feel better about yourself. And you easily kind of slip on through. You, Viridia, yeah, you know what you're doing. You, despite everything, you might have picked up a thing or two from your mom. Maybe, if you want to admit it. Hyacin, you almost trip over something that was left in the hallway. Books of some sort, probably a study guide or some sort. But then you correct yourself at the last moment and realize the device that you had picked up from this computer, this devil computer, as you have named it, has let you succeed in a way you didn't think was possible. And then you hear Jack. Jack, you didn't see the books in time, and you trip over them and they go sprawling and scattering, and they hit the far wall.
Watch out.
And-
Oh,
You kind of fall forward and fall to your knees. It hurts in the way that landing on your knees hurts, stings more than anything. And there's a very brief pause as this kind of echoes across the hall. You, Viridia, and Ashalot are able to pull yourselves into an alcove of a door in time. Hyacin, it's a bit more difficult for you as you are turning to address Jack. But I would say, you, Jack, as you go to stand up, a very thin and pale hand reaches down and offers to help you up. And you see Hyacin, a curly red head, soft green eyes, a wide, knowing smile, neat, smart dress, kind of stand before you as they stoop down and help Jack up. And they look towards you and say, well, I'm glad my friends are all here. As Nate pulls you to your feet, Jack.
Oh,
Welcome
thank
to
God.
my lab.
Jack just hugs him.
As you do so,
Cry now.
you take 7 points of damage, Jack, as Nate stabs you.
Ow! Jack cannot move.
And he'll lean forward and say, well, we can't stir up the status quota, now can we? As he pushes you back, and you see guards filling in on either side. And we'll end there for tonight.
Ah,
What do you mean?
Congratulations, guys. You made it home. Anyways, as we go into
Inverted
our
commas ho.
as we go into our outros, thank you guys for joining us tonight, and I hope you come into next week and see all this wonderful things with the GM intrude in hand. So, I will say, I'm Jim, and I champion the Little Princess Trust here in the UK, and they are a nonprofit organization that offers free hair wigs, free of charge, real hair wigs, to children who have either gone through cancer treatments or going through treatments that have caused natural hair loss. They have provided over 17,000 wigs and are continuing to grow, and I think they're really neat. So check them out. Claps for me.
All right. Zoom just told me my connection was unstable, so bear with me if I just go complete robot here. Hey everyone. It's me. Sorry. Oh my goodness, I am freezing. This is not good. Let's see if I can get through this. Everyone, it's me. Championing the Advancement Project. It is a charity that promotes. Oh, this is so distracting. Oh no.
Do you want to
It's a
go
charity
last?
That promotes ranging from their. Yeah, I think that might be the best.
Okay.
Like, I don't know how I sound to y'all.
It's not great.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, take a minute and we'll have you go last.
Boy.
Go to Discord.
Yeah.
Dope. So I'll jump in. Dark greetings, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Betrayal by Nate. The fuck? I'm not awfully surprised. He'd be like that. They'd be like that, excuse me. I've been Velvet. My pronouns are Faye Fair. And for the cause that I'd like to tell you all about is the Trevor Project. You might have heard of it before, but the Trevor Project really focuses on making mental health services accessible for the LGBTQI plus community, particularly the youths. And they just do a lot of really great work at a time where it's really needed.
Hey everyone, I am and will remain Emma, and as everyone here, championing Belfast Trans Resource Centre, the only trans-led, trans-support charity helping the queer and trans communities, especially the younger generation in Belfast, and they and all trans support organisations in the UK and across the world really need the support at the minute, because if you haven't noticed, things are getting a little hairy. But yeah, they do great work. They've helped a lot of friends of mine, and they could, with your support, they could expand to cover more areas and just generally carry on the good work.
Heck, do you want to give it a try?
All right, okay, okay. I'm not sure what it is about like 8:30 specifically that it just tanks for whatever. Oh boy, it's doing it again. Do we want to just maybe send a link or something? I don't think it's gonna let me do this.
Oh, now you're fine.
Now I'm fine.
No.
Okay, I'm just doing.
Go fast.
I'm trying to go fast. I am championing the Advancement Project. Is a charity that promotes equity and racial justice across the entire U.S., ranging from their offices in California all the way to D.C. They promote things like public funding, legal defense funds, research, you name it. They probably help with it somehow. So definitely check them out.
Thank you so much. And I just Smack my mic. Thank you everybody for joining us tonight. I am Sarah Roberts. This is my channel, and as always, my money does go to the trevorproject.org every time I receive a payout from Twitch. That's a personal thing that this community has been so kind to help me with. Tonight, I would like to talk to you about the Rainbow Railroad. They are a global organization that assists people in moving from places where they are prevented from being their true, authentic selves to places where they can live openly, freely, and honestly. They're a really, really cool organization. They were brought to my attention by Katie and Fear, who I also suggest you all check out. Does a ton of charity work in the TTRPG sphere, and I just want to thank everyone for coming. Before we lose one of our party members to a bad connection, I'm going to go ahead and say, eat something healthy, take your meds, drink some water, take good care of your body, and if there's someone important to you who you have not reached out to lately to tell them that you love them and that you care about them and they're important to you, go for it tonight or today or whatever time zone it is for you. That is something very important that people need to hear from time to time. And we'll see y'all next week. Bye, everybody.